Right, so very simple, but feels really great. You're just making like a squeezing pincer kind of a grasp anywhere on the foot to squeeze and then press forward. Now, sometimes in your foot massage, it's good to actually stand, and this is one of those techniques that I like to stand for to get the entire foot. So when I'm going superiorly towards her head, I'm going to lean with my entire body from the bottoms of my feet through my legs.
Like swinging.
Like swinging.
On a swing.
And then I'm going to pull back and lean back with my whole body. So you can do the same thing in all kinds of different directions, all kinds of places on the foot. So I'm just squeezing, getting this area well. And facing in all kinds of different directions to be able to get the different parts of the foot that like this. This whole shoulder area really needs it, and if you stand on the opposite side of the table, it's easier to get there. Face down towards the foot of the table. You're not going to be able to do this as well if you're just sitting the whole time, so try moving around. And then of course the ankle. Just between your thumb and your other fingers, or both sets of fingers, or both heels. Having your fingers start off in a C-clamp, your fingers supporting the dorsal side, and you're just sliding your thumbs across the foot, one sliding medially and one sliding laterally to cover the whole foot. And then you can repeat it. This is a nice warming technique also. Their feet are cold. Opposite directions, but your distal hand is going to move a lot more. The proximal hand is going to stabilize at the ankle bracelet area, and it is going to move in the opposite direction, but it's mostly providing the counter force, the stability for the distal hand, which is twisting in the opposite direction. So I'm going to give it a good twist, actually feel how far I can move that range of motion, then move my position and continue. Seeing how I can free the motion the most, and then go in the opposite direction. You can see my pressure comes all the way to the opposite side of the foot to get that foot moving. And where I feel the most resistance right now is actually right in here. This is totally free now. And just keep an eye on that. We'll see if we can free it up. So I'm going to squeeze more on that line to direct my pressure to freeing up that area of the bones. It looks painful? Is it painful?
Maybe not on your foot. It looks painful.
I'm not watching.
So again, the proximal hand is really, it is going in a counter direction, but it's really got to provide enough grab and stability as a counter force.
Well, I can see how being careful. You want to be careful, but
Really integrate the feet with the rest of the body is important during a foot massage, and rocking is a really wonderful way to do it. So one way is just at the top of the feet to rock, and you'll see that rocking goes all the way to her head. is to support the heels in your hands, and then to gently wrap your hands around. And then, so we're just rocking, and then that, her knees are rocking her legs, her hips. It's nice to just hold immediately after the rock. We'll look at holding next, though. You can rock up and down also. And another way to rock is to just, from the top, squeeze in, lift up, and add traction. It feels nice to have the weight taken off of their legs. You see I'm using my whole body. I'm leaning back. You don't want to have it come from your arms, your shoulders. It's called tapotement, or you could call it this particular style of tapotement, slapping on the feet. And soft fingers, soft wrists, slapping the bottom of the feet. You want a nice springy motion, so you're focusing on the up movement. You're not like thudding their foot. And your wrists are nice and light and springy. And after like an insanely relaxing massage and somebody needs to like get up and return to some semblance of reality, it can be nice to like wake them up a little bit with this. Generally, it's best if you stand on the side of the table and face down. It's going to be too hard to get your wrists nice and flexible if you're facing the top of the table. Some people do a little bit more forceful slapping, or even do different surfaces to make it harder, like a soft fist. I usually do a light slapping, but do you like this one too?
Yeah, they both feel good.
Just, you always want to, and practice on yourself for a minute, you always want to be really springy and really loose wrists, not like thudding, like stiff.
No, that's how I used to do it too.
Our wrestlers never did that.
First one, just to get under the heel, and then hold under the solar plexus reflex, which is also kidney 1 or bubbling spring in Chinese medicine. And you just want to stand in whatever position you can actually totally relax and not be using much strength to hold this position. And you just want to relax and breathe and take a few minutes. At first it may feel uncomfortable to feel like you're not doing anything, but it can be a wonderful way to have closure with your client. So that diaphragm line, that center, the solar plexus, is pretty much the same thing as kidney 1. Sometimes kidney 1 is just a little bit lower. So we're just hand over it. It's a grounding point. Helps us bring our energy to our feet. Now, notice I'm kind of cradling her foot, and my wrists are relaxed and straight, and I'm standing in a way that my shoulders are relaxed. Totally relaxed. See, my arm weight is on the table, so I'm not even holding my weight. Once again, if I'm holding my arm weight, I'm using all these muscles, and so I have less sensitivity in my hand, and I've got more tension, so I'm communicating the message of tension, not relaxation. But if I rest all my weight, then I have, this is completely effortless, and so I can just relax and breathe. So it can just be really nice to support and cradle the feet and kind of take the weight. And again, I would want to spend enough time in this position that I could just relax and breathe and be present. And the client, if I do that, is going to go through some different stages of relaxation, and she's probably not right now because we're talking about it. But if we weren't talking about it and I was just sitting here, she would start to breathe more deeply, feel where she has gotten because of this massage session, and have more time to really process it instead of like rush on to the next thing. So whatever she's been experiencing because of this massage session, she'll have time to sit with. And so this is a really really effective way to end a session, and any kind of a foothold. There's no one set place to hold the feet. It could be more on the toes and the whole foot. This is one where actually sitting down on the chair you might be more relaxed. Whatever gets you in the most relaxed position will be good. Normally just use one to end the session, not several of them. With this one, since it is an acupressure point rather than a totally light, relaxed hold, you could add a little bit of pressure to kidney 1. Always just take the time to focus on your own breathing and relaxation. And 1 tip of a finger for each tip of a toe, and relax and breathe. And then if you take a while to just relax and breathe, you might notice some pulsing sensations in the tips of their toes.
Cool.
And if you notice those pulsing sensations, just hold until you feel the pulsing sensations synchronize and get smoother. Like they might start off like ping-ponging, or a certain toe will be like strong and others will be weak, and they might go like back and forth. But if you just sit through it, they'll go through some different stages where if this one was strong at first and they were ping-ponging, then they might all just start to get a little more sensation. And then when they both get steady and calm, then you can just hold it for another second. You might see them take a nice deep breath in their belly, and then you can let go. If you don't feel the pulses at first, don't stress out about it. You can just hold this for a minute or two, and eventually someday you will feel these pulses.